guys, welcome back. It's Shelby, and today I am starting off what is hopefully going to be a new little mini series on my channel. On Pinterest, I am seeing all sorts of paper flower crafts and they look so amazing. I don't remember the last time I made a paper flower. I know I've done it before, but it's been a while. So I want to start getting back into that. And it looks like you can do roses and peonies and chrysanthemums and just so many different flowers. And I want to try them all. So it's going to be coffee filters and crepe paper and tissue paper and Kleenex I've seen for some of them and paper towels and just like everything I can find basically because I think it's going to be so cool. But I haven't been doing this in years. Honestly, I can't remember the last time I made a paper flower. So I'm going to need to look them up. But first off, I want to experiment and just see if I can make something. And I saw a couple of the stuff had used like tissue paper. So that's my challenge today. I'm going to use just Kleenex, puffs, tissue paper to make myself probably like a chrysanthemum because I feel like that would be like the easiest flower for me to make. But I went and ordered some things online to help me, mainly because I didn't have them. Previously, I have attempted to use floral tape and it just didn't work. Like it doesn't stick. So I threw it out, which was unfortunate because now I totally need it because all the crafts say you need floral tape. But I went on Amazon and I got myself this little kit and it looks super legit. So what comes in it is 3 different colors of floral tape, wire snippers, floral wire that's really bendy, and then the floral wire sticks, just a bunch of them in a bag. This one had fairly good reviews. A lot of the reviews said that the floral tape didn't stick, which was my previous issue, but this one also had tips for how to use floral tape, which I didn't know. And if you don't know how to use it, apparently it's not like an adhesive, it's a wax on there, and you have to stretch it a little bit, and that makes it like sticky to itself. And wow, it does actually. It's not real sticky. Like we're talking you swipe a glue stick and wait 6 minutes, and this is probably about as sticky as it's gonna get. But that is definitely a hint that I needed the first time I tried it because it's literally just paper. It doesn't stick. But this is actually sticking to itself now. So I'm going to attempt to use floral tape and see if I can make it work. But apparently that is the secret for that, if you guys didn't know that, because I didn't, and I just found that out, so I wanted to share. And in this craft today, we are making a tissue paper chrysanthemum with floral tape, and we're gonna see if we can make it work. So I am making this flower out of 2 pieces of tissue paper, and I am separating the 2-ply from the original tissue and folding them in half and tearing off both edges of them. So I'm going to be left with 8 strips with rough edges, and these I will eventually break into smaller pieces, but I didn't think about it yet. So go ahead and break them apart if you're doing it yourself. Grab your bendable floral wire and give yourself a little hook to work with. With the very first sheet, I am going to link it into the wire so that it's got a nice base to hold it on. And then roughly spin the tissue around the wire base. This is going to give me the center of the flower, and basically what it's doing is just creating a lovely petal shape with that rough texture around the tissues on the outside. I am tearing up the rest of my tissues now. Go ahead and do that in the beginning with the exception of your very first piece, and adding them in. I'm doing it diamond ways, so I'm connecting a little piece at the bottom and then putting the corners up at the top. You can always rip those off later, but just give yourself some more to work with. Every once in a while, spin the wire around the petals that you have added to the base. This is going to make sure that you don't have to keep holding onto them to keep your flower together. And instead of just combining it all at the end, it's going to put some internal structure in there. So that's what I decided to do, and it worked out quite well for me. I'm adding in the rest of the tissue petals and going to spin the wire around it a couple more times just to lock the base in. And now comes the fluffing part. This is what really transforms it from a wad of tissues into a carnation. Separating each individual little layer of the tissues, which is actually more difficult than I thought it was going to be, because the ply was taken down to the thinnest little amount, and they kind of want to stick together if they are in the same shape and lined up. So taking those all apart, ripping off the edges until it is a nice round shape is also important. No corners left. And then it's time for the floral tape. And I finally figured out how to do this stuff. I don't know if you guys know, but the trick to floral tape is stretching it.
Apparently it's not adhesive the way normal tape is. It's got like a wax on it, and you have to give it a little stretch. You see I'm pulling on it, and that's what activates the, quote unquote adhesive properties, so it'll stick to itself. So stretch the tape a little bit. My mind was blown. But maybe you work with floral tape and it's not for you. But for me, it was an adventure. I like to fold my floral wire up. It gives it a little bit more substance to work with. Wrap the tape all the way back up to the top. Give the petals another fluff, and that is it. A beautiful carnation boutonniere.
Wow, you guys, can I just say that I'm like super impressed with myself right now? Not even gonna lie. And half of that is just getting the floral tape to work. Like, this looks like basically a legit little chrysanthemum. Like, I'm super shocked with that. For a first try, this is really not bad. I'm super excited to give it a go with different types of flowers and different types of paper, coffee filters, tissue paper, crepe paper. Like, from what I'm seeing on Pinterest, the possibilities are endless. And I'm excited to try it because this is super cute. Like, this is adorable. I really do like that. I wonder if from a distance if it would look really real, because honestly, the type of flower it is, it's kind of like a messy, jagged flower in real life. So the tissue looks pretty legit, honestly. So I love that. I am super impressed that I got the floral tape to work. Like, you have no idea what a struggle that was previously, but yeah, I'm quite pleased with this little like faux boutonniere that I made. And yeah, so paper flowers is definitely happening. Thanks so much for tuning in for the first one, and I hope to see you here for the rest of them. Bye for now.